So now last time you were really excited about trying our other mascara because you loved the Lash Love.
Yes,
I remember that.
Yep.
That Lash Love one. Yeah, so this is your chance to try our Ultimate. Before we do that, I'm going to let you try our Lash Primer. So this also is going to just help to fill and plump up your lashes. You're going to be able to shape them a little bit. And so you just want to do a bunch of layers. You can go on the top part here and go like this way and then go up.
Okay.
And you're just going to help to kind of lift the lash and shape the lash. And this is, again, just going to make your lashes look even more full. And it also just helps your your mascara to last even longer. But this does just work great with any of the mascaras. And you can see how it just lines the lashes and really fills them out.
Mm-hmm. It really does. I really like that gold color now that I see it shimmering even more in the mirror.
Yeah, it's such a pretty warm color, and that can be used as a mid-tone. In fact, that's what I have on as my mid-tone.
Okay.
Color is
I
that
love
rose
the way you
gold.
do your makeup.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay, so now do you have? We're gonna let that dry for just a second,
Okay.
and we're gonna do a little bit of your contouring. And so before we do that, though, do you have any areas? I don't see any, but do you have any blemishes or any areas that have like a red undertone to them that you would want to conceal? Okay, great. Okay, so what we're gonna do then is the bronzer.
Okay.
And using your cheek color brush, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of bronzer, and then I want you to just kind of pinch it this way, and you're going to draw a line from like right above the ear down underneath that cheekbone. Okay. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. Okay. And it's okay if you see it. You're going to see a line. It's going to look a little 80s.
Okay.
All right, but we are going to be blending.
Okay.
And so you want it to be a pretty defined line to start out with. Yeah. Okay. And you want to stay up towards the top of the cheek, like towards right under the cheekbone. Yeah.
There? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you don't want to go below, you don't want it to go down below your nose.
Okay.
Okay. And then right underneath the cheekbone there. Perfect.
There we go.
Great. Yeah, perfect. All right, and then I'm going to give you a little bit more. And you can do the sides of your nose and then just a little bit underneath your mouth here, and that actually gives you a little bit more of a pout.
Oh, okay. So just right here?
Yeah, just a little bit underneath there, and then the sides of your nose. Exactly. Okay. So you're going to take it, and you're going to go along the hairline.
Okay.
And then you're going to blend in towards the middle right here, but you want to leave the center of the forehead alone.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And then, you just blend in. There you go. Perfect. All right. And so now you can go back over and just kind of soften the edges just a little bit. Just kind of soften the line just a little, not much, but because we're going to be putting cheek color, and then we're going to be putting some translucent powder over it, so it's all going to bring it together.
Okay.
Okay, great. And I'm going to give you some cheek color. All right, so this is just kind of a fun pink little cheek popper.
Okay.
Color, and you're going to do right on the apples of the cheeks up towards the hairline right above where you put the bronzer. You can even go over the bronzer a little bit if you need to.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that? Great, yeah. That's really good. Okay, so now that the lash primer has had a chance to dry a little bit, I'm going to give you our Ultimate Mascara. This is a building mascara, so it goes on nice and just really voluminous and all of that. One of the tricks to the Ultimate Mascara is it's designed to give you that full multi-layered look with just one application.
Oh, cool.
So you can really just get them nice, and you know how to zhuzh. You kind of start here and you zhuzh up, and you want to really shape your lashes and get lots of layers real quick. Then you're going to do the other lash. What some people have found is that because once it dries, it seals. So it's going to last all day. It's not going to flake off. It's not going to run. As long as you don't jump in the water and go like this, it's going to stay put. Now, I've told you before, I work out in this mascara. I swim in this mascara. And so it's going to really stay put. But because of that sealing aspect to it, what can happen is if you go back to it once it's dried, then it can start to feel like it's clumping on you.
Okay.
So depending on the look that you like, if you don't want it to be clumpy at all, then do all your layering at once and then don't go back to it.
Okay.
Okay. And if you need me to give you a different wand for the other eye, I can.
Okay.
But it's usually enough for both eyes.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to give you a little bit of our oil-free eye makeup remover. Sorry. So that if you have any area that you need to clean up or anything under the eye, you can.
Okay.
This is so great. I think we did this last time where you can literally just kind
Yes,
of barely touch.
Got it. And
then
perfect.
flip over to the dry side and just blend it. And then you can even reapply over if you need to reapply eye makeup or anything like that. And you can just throw that right there in our little truffle. All right, here, this is the side with the product on it. And this is the side without. So if you have any cleanup that you feel like you need to do,
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay. And then if you have any areas like that you feel like you need to go back over with your brushes, you can. If you need to kind of reblend over, you can totally do that. Okay.
There we go.
Great. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is give you some of our Shade 3 highlighting pen.
Okay.
Now, a highlighting pen and a concealer are different. We use them differently. So the reason I asked before if you had any kind of red areas or anything like that is we have a yellow concealer that is phenomenal. It works great to conceal any kind of blemishes, and it can be used to help conceal the dark circles under the eyes as well. However, we found that the highlighting pen actually works even better for the dark circles. You'll see how it's very peachy.
Yeah.
So that peachy oranginess actually covers that blue even better than the yellow concealer.
Wow.
The other cool thing about the highlighting pen is it's designed to lift and highlight. So you wouldn't use a highlighting pen on a blemish because you don't want to lift and highlight and draw attention to a blemish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but underneath the eye area, we want to help bring it out from the shadow. We want to draw light to it so it actually like reflects light and just lifts the eye and gives you just a more kind of a youthful glow, helps, again, gets rid of the dark circles and all of that. So we use our concealer brush for that.
Okay.
This is the same brush that you can use for our cream eyeshadows, but you wouldn't want to use the same one.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to use one to conceal and then the other one with the eye cream. Yeah. Okay, so what you're going to do is a little bit of this, and you want to just draw it right where the blue under the eye is.
Okay.
And a little bit goes a long way. Okay.
Thank you.
And then you can use your fingertip to kind of pat it into the skin a little bit if you need to.
Like that?
Yeah. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. And then you just kind of dab it into the skin. And don't worry if you can see a little bit of the oranginess because we're going to cover that. But you don't want to necessarily see the product. You don't want to see it like you don't want it just sitting on top of your skin. You want to kind of blend that in. Great. Yeah, nice. Okay. So, and I usually have you do one side first, and then that way you can see the difference a little bit better. But now what we're going to do is remember that shade that you tried before that was a little bit too light for your foundation? Mm-hmm. That's perfect. We want to go 1 to 2 shades lighter than our face for underneath the eye area.
Oh, okay.
And so this is now the highlighting shade. All right, so you're a beige 2 for your whole face, and then you're a beige 1 for your highlighting shade. Okay. And so what you'll do with the highlighting shade is you're actually going to draw like a triangle. You're going to go from the center of the eye down and up and then kind of under the eye. And you're going to fill in that area with and you don't need a lot of product. You don't want to have too much makeup on your eyes, but that's where you're going to go and do like kind of a downwards triangle towards the top of the cheekbone. There you go. And you're just going to blend that all in. And then what you can do is as you're blending it up, do like a 45-degree angle. We call it the Nike swoosh. And so you're just going to blend right up. And you can use kind of the flat side of the brush. Yeah. And so you're just going to blend from under the eye like this. And you're just going to go like that. There you go. All right. And so what that does is it's a 1-minute eye lift. and you'll see how it literally defines the line of your makeup. So we're going to do that on just one side first. Blend it completely in, and then you'll be able to see the difference.
Do I use my finger
and
too,
you can use the brush or your fingertip a little bit. You don't want to pull, too hard, obviously, but you do want to blend it in.
Like that?
Yeah, go ahead and blend a little bit more. You might need to kind of just go like that. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so now look and you can see the difference from one eye to the other, kind of towards the light.
Yeah, total difference.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
What, just a little bit of a lighter shade and then doing that cleanup right there, it just like lifts.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, and the older you get, the more noticeable the difference. Seriously, like, it's amazing what a difference this makes. Okay, so go ahead and do the other eye.
All right.
Yeah, that looks awesome. That looks fantastic. All right, and so now I'm going to give you some of our translucent powder. This is fantastic because you can use it year-round. You don't have to worry about matching your skin tone, but it's going to give you just a polished finish. It's going to help set the makeup so it'll last longer, and it also helps to give you just kind of that more powdered matte finish. And so just kind of down the nose and here. And what I like about using this one too, is that you just did all that contouring. So if you go over it with a beige powder, you kind of undo all of the contouring that you just did. So you're going to just kind of the whole face, just powder the whole face. And you'll notice how it just brings everything together, and it kind of makes the bronzer and the cheek color and everything just kind of a little bit more natural.
Yeah, it really does. It's like the matte finish is perfect. Yeah.
And you'll notice it might look a little bit white-ish when you first put it on. It's gonna settle.
Okay.
So it'll just kind of set, and that white kind of finish.
And you're totally right about the eye makeup. I was like, oh, does it look like I have a black eye or something like that? But it's perfect now. So
good. Wonderful! Yay! Okay, so now we're gonna do some eyebrows. Now, do you ever use eyebrow pencil?
No,
okay.
My mom does, so I've seen her do it, but I've never done it.
Okay, great. Well, I think you'll love the way that this finishes your look. And so if you hold the pencil straight up, or anything straight up from your nose up to the eye, then that is basically where you want your eyebrows to stop. Okay. Then if you do it across the pupil, so if you're looking straight ahead and you go across the pupil, that's generally where you want your arch to be. Okay? And then if you go from the nose to the corner of the eye, that's where you want your eyebrows to stop.
See, you're giving me shaping ideas.
Isn't that great? Yeah, so you can tweeze accordingly.
Exactly.
And then use your eyebrow pencil to fill in. And so, like, if you want it to stop here, you might need to tweeze some areas, but then you also want to kind of fill in to make sure that you can see, where they stop.
Right.
Like, my eyebrows stop exactly where they're supposed to, pretty much. But in pictures and things, since they're so light and so thin at the end, they kind of disappear.
Right.
So it looks like they stop here, even though really they stop there.
Okay.
So I learned that I need to fill in my eyebrows a little bit more, which I don't do all the time. But so it might be easier if you hold that.
Okay.
And you're just going to use tiny little brush strokes in the same direction that your eyebrow hair actually grows. So you're going to kind of, like you're drawing actual little eyebrow hairs.
Like that?
Yeah, perfect. And it's just going to fill in. Yeah, that looks really good. And you kind of extended that line out a little bit. It also helps that with helping to kind of make them a little bit more symmetric, because we don't. Very few of us have symmetric faces, right? And so, by using the pencil, it can help to kind of raise one or bring one down or help the arch, kind of even out and all of that.